All right, so Gabe, what did we just watch?
We just watched the evolved forms of starter Pokemon reveal in Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon.
And other things that are not listed in the title. And
That is such a long title. It should just say Pokemon Sun and Moon Update like 32.
I thought I lost myself at 50 something. I swear. But yeah, so I'm pretty like whatever. Like with the evolutions, the second stage is like Rowlet's evolution was like really much going to kind of like a professor type of owl.
I like it.
It's cool.
I really like it.
Dartrix. So it still keeps its flying attribute.
Well, it is an owl.
Although, like, it's interesting that name. What was it called? Dark something.
Dartrix or something
Dartrix?
like that?
Oh, yeah, it was Dartrix. That's an interesting name.
Confirmed dark type.
Maybe, yeah.
Dark flying grass.
3 types? Got the coverage. Man, imagine if, like, they decided to add a 3rd typing.
Doom.
It's like, what do you do with that?
Doom.
That's too much.
Doom.
But
It'll add too many levels of gameplay.
Too much.
Dude, the competitive circuit will have a shit fest.
That's crazy. Only then will Charizard get the dragon type.
Nope.
No. No fire flying and then dragon.
Nope.
No.
Fire flying normal. Just so it could be weak to fighting.
It's so sad. But what was the other one for Lynn? I forget the name already, but as well as Poplar.
It was a Terracat or something.
It's actually a pretty predictable evolution. Second stage. And it still stays as a fire type, so although by the looks of it, looks like it might just be either a dark or fighting type still.
It's gonna be fighting. There's no such thing as a non-fighting fire type starter now.
That is good. I like for grass and fire, they have like a certain like reaction when you like pet them, where they're like, "Oh, no, you don't touch me there." But yeah, not really much about like my impressions or my opinions about them. It's just more information for me.
I still can't start with the Growlithe, so
it's like, I mean, it's cool and all, but where's Growlithe? And if there's no Growlithe, then we're done here.
It's not even a game at that point.
But yeah, they also show like a whole bunch of other things where you connect with other players.
In a social plaza.
Yeah, that's cool. It kind of
looks
reminds
like it's a bit like Pokemon Coliseum.
In what way? Like
had a bunch of mini games that you play for pointless points that you can then use on pointless items.
Okay. Then yeah. And the pointless items, like a lot of those items, I had no idea what they would do.
They boost the Pokemon stats.
Okay. I mean, then I have to always ask, like, in what way? Because it always seems to be the question of, like, can it be used competitively or not? I know they're trying to work with that, with the, some kind of training. I forget what it's called. But yeah. Z training? No.
But there is a training that trains the EVs. And the IVs.
IVs is, like, something important. Because of...
There's a training that trains the IVs.
Okay. Those also the training Pokemon in their boxes.
Yes. The PC now has like aisles that you can send your Pokemon to as opposed to just keeping them stored in a computer. Yeah. It actually transports them to an aisle. So think of how Charizard had the like Charizard training dojo that Ash sent him to.
Charizard Valley.
Yeah. It's kind of like that, but it's more of a generalization. One of them is where the Pokemon go and they can, for the most part, recruit new Pokemon for you.
That's kind of cool, actually. Now that I remember that.
Yeah. The other one, it has them find special items. So I'm guessing Pokeballs, Ultra Potions, Max Revives.
But no Master Ball, unfortunately.
No Master Balls, most likely. And then the final one is Isle Level Up, which is a training island.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I kind of like that idea.
So, like Justin said, in the reaction, it would probably be more along the lines of like a daycare.
Yeah.
But since it's in your PC, it's not like, you could have 2 Pokemon here, and that's it.
And like, surprise, in the aisle we found an egg. Like, what?
How does that happen?
How does that happen? We don't know. We just plant these 2 Pokemon and you're just like, I'm pretty sure I know what this is about. And I'm still like 10 years old. I don't know.
Something happened here. One's male, one's female. Something happened here. I'm 9.
I kind of have a good idea. I watched too much Hen, and we are going to move on to the next thing. Do you want to hold the egg or do you not? So, there's one last thing. Oh yeah, the special demo, which it's kind of the same thing that Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire had. They had like a special demo where you can actually get a special Pokemon that could Mega Evolve. But in this case, it looks like it's going to be Greninja.
Special Pokemon.
DangIT's Greninja. Ooh. I already know a little bit about this, but still. Battle Bond. Ash-Greninja.
Ash-Greninja.
I like how it just keeps that name. Like, what else do we call it? The Ash-Greninja.
So what?
It was gonna be like specifically anime only. Just Ash and his bond with Greninja. But then they brought it over here, so...
I think it just stays that way.
Yeah?
I think it's something that you have to like build, kind of like with Sylveon, I think, is the one that's friendship that to evolve it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. With you have to like play with it in, I think Pokemon Amini. And then it'll actually evolve after a certain point.
Yeah. Afterward. So I think that's what Greninja and Ash-Greninja would be, is like you have to have a high enough bond with it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like, it's probably something you couldn't activate, like, from the get-go. You have to, like, earn its happiness and stuff like that. For sure. And, what I'm thinking about is that, well, first of all, like, is the stats going to change? And the fact that it looks
likely.
Like... Yeah. And the fact that it has to be a special ability instead of, like, say, Torrent as a special ability, or I think it's Protean, as like a lot of competitors use with Greninja. So it's going to be like completely different. I'm not sure, probably wouldn't learn any new movesets. It'd just be a change in stats, I would say. And that's pretty much it. And
watch it be competitive for one day and then they ban it.
That'd be so... I mean, the anime made Ash-Greninja so like overpowered. It was pretty much on par with any kind of Mega Evolution out there. So...
Well, seeing as how it's of legend, it would seem like it's a Mega Evolution. Yeah. Just a lot more permanent.
Yeah. Speaking of Mega Evolutions, they did show that the Z-Ring has the same properties as like any kind of Mega Ring would do for you as a trainer. Just be able to like Mega Evolve your Pokemon without the need of this like Mega Stone ring attached to you. As long as you have the other Mega Stone for your Pokemon, should be able to do it just fine. Which makes sense. And not to mention, like, from here on out, they had to, like, find a way to add Mega Evolution to everything. And it's going to be the same thing with Z and Z moves. Because otherwise, that's something they have to throw away and people are going to miss. I'm trying to think of, like, some kind of Pokemon mechanic that they tossed out, but I can't really think of.
Secret bases.
But that's not the core part of the game, though.
There's Mega Evolution. It's not core.
It's part of the competitive. Like, really, like, if it's competitive, then people are going to be trying to find a way to bring it back. And so, I can only imagine,
bring back the lack of fairy Pokemon.
Yeah. They actually, I feel like they've done a good job, like, adding more fairy types. Or maybe that's just me. Who knows? We'll see like when the game finally comes out. But in the meantime, still no new Megas anyway. I like to see
Megalyn.
A Megalyn. Not even an evolved form. Just like you have to keep it Lyn. Megalyn.
Megalyn it has to be over level 30.
Also, Mega Dunsparce. Where's Mega Dunsparce?
Where's Mega Bidoof?
Oh man. But I guess that's pretty much it. Like again, like as they release more and more stuff like by the week, obviously we're getting closer to the release date, like the more excited that we get. Although let's bring something. Yeah, I'll bring it up. Someone on Twitter, Aaron Hansen from Game Grumps, was talking about like how like they shouldn't really be releasing all this stuff when we should try to find and figure this out for ourselves. So I'm not sure if it was a good thing or a bad thing to keep like disclosing all this information about it. After all, they've been like pretty hush hush like during the works of it. So I don't know. It keeps people like interested in the whole thing. It keeps building up. Like people are going to continue talking about it, adding more memes to it. So I think it's okay for now.
One of them it showed a trainer with the Torracat.
Yeah.
And the female trainer came up right there. What are you doing? You fucking threw a whole bunch of weight on its face right there. I have to keep it on all fours. Like, keep it on all fours. It won't become one of those fire types. And it's just right there. It looks like it's really enjoying it. And it cuts to the Torracat. And it's doing push-ups and all buffed out. And it's just, oh God, no.
I have a bad feeling that's going to be a fighting type. I mean, like, there's something wrong with firefighting. It's just, it's redundant.
You act like every single one after Gen 3 was a firefighting.
For the majority, it was. I mean, Delphox is the only exception being fire psychic, but it wasn't that great of a Pokemon anyway. Damn, just like shot it down. So, I mean, like, there's Blaziken, there's Infernape, there's Emboar. So that's already 3 firefightings out of like the 7 that we're gonna get so far.
God.
But yeah, like that's pretty much it. Just kind of patiently waiting for like the release date and whatever new Pokemon stuff comes our way, then we might discuss it. Although we might have to take a break here and there because there's just so much of it.
Constantly being updated on what's new.
There's also Pokemon Generations too. Like, stop it. But at the same time, I'm really excited too. Alright, I guess we'll leave it at that. So, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one. #bye!